Hero, Pusan probes, Spirit Toss probes, run! But Canata, his plan at this point, ooh, this is a very good plan from Canata actually, is to just get a wall of pain here, get a wall of mines through this tiny little area and kind of force Pusan to lift his troops out of his main. This is actually looking pretty similar to the epic Firebite Hero versus Pusan game. Of course, I'd say that Canata, he did not get the contain as early as Firebite Hero did, so he's going to have a harder time fighting off Pusan's troops. Pusan doing a mine drag with the Dragoon there. Now he's coming in with a Reaver. Oh, loses a couple of Dragoons, and I think he damaged one very, very badly. But Canata, he doesn't have enough backup troops in here to hold this. He's really got to put down another factory, get a third factory going. He might be focusing on getting up a base. I don't see a command center. Oh, another Reaver there taking down a tank. But man, these mines are really ripping into Pusan. He's losing most of his Dragoons to these mines. So if Canata can keep laying mines, he might be able to hold this contain. But still, he's very, very low on troops. He's just going from 2 fac at the moment. Still doing some nice mine laying here. That'll keep the Dragoons away from the natural area. But for how much longer, I don't know. But there's still only 2 gateways for Pusan. Pusan, he is taking out the vultures with some Reaver Scarabs. He's losing a lot of probes in the process. But yeah, he's spread very, very thin right now trying to defend these 2 bases. But I think he might be able to do this if Canata... Oh, Kanata's pumping a Wraith. This is smart of Canata, and what I've seen a lot of Terrans go for recently against Protoss. The Wraith will be to take down the shuttle, because your shuttle can cause a lot of problems for Terrans. And Canata is keeping that Wraith at home. I think he might have seen the... Yeah, he saw the shuttle coming in. He's going to try to take down that shuttle with the Wraith. So yeah, Pusan, he's probably just going to drop whatever's in that shuttle and just let it be. But yeah, the Reaver trying to get some... Oh, Reaver goes down. Sorry, Reaver goes down for Pusan. And now Canata has he's established his second base. So yeah, he's not even worrying too much about gas. I think he's still only mining gas with 1 SCV. So he might be thinking about doing another expansion. He's coming up with even more tanks. He's going to try to get on the contain. And he still has that Wraith, just in case Pusan should try to come down and even things out with economic harassment. He'll have the Wraith to stop the shuttle from doing that, or at least make the shuttle drop with whatever is inside. Okay, the pylon's coming up here at the new base for Pusan. And I think Pusan is pretty economically behind. Even though he did defend against that contain, I don't think he really saved enough probes. There were a couple of vultures that snuck into the main and took out some probes, so that's definitely not good for him. He might even lose a pylon to some vultures. And now the controlled tower coming up, so I think we're going to see some drop strategy from Canata coming up. We'll see if that drop is intercepted by Dragoons or not, because it looks like Pusan is committing completely to Dragoons. That's going to hurt him against the tanks, I think. Once Canata decides to go in and surround all those Dragoons and get mines around them, there's going to be nothing really to drag the mines away. That's why you use Zealots, usually, in a Protoss versus Terran game. They're mostly just mine draggers, but they work very, very well against siege tanks. Looks like Pusan's coming down here, doing a little bit of mine clearing. Doing the best he can there, and he's coming down with a shuttle, but that shuttle will be in trouble if he can't defend it. Here comes the drop from Canata. I'm pretty sure he picked up vultures there. Didn't really catch it out of the corner of my eye, but I'm pretty sure he did, and that could absolutely devastate the economy of Pusan if he doesn't have any troops inside of his main, because I'm absolutely positive that's where Canata is heading. Canata coming down with more vulture play. Modern Terran versus Protoss is very, very heavy on vultures. You can thank fantasy for that one, because vultures are just so effective. They're a multi-purpose unit. They can lay those mines, which are great at taking out masses of units, and they just get so much harassment done. I think Pusan's going to see that with the vision from all of his buildings, but he's very slow to run these probes. He's not running his probes at all. He's trying to get his probes out of harm's way, but he might end up dragging a mine into there if he's not too careful. And now Pusan's trying to come in here, but still the Wraith in, and he has no way to defend that shuttle because of the siege tanks there. He can't come in and pick off the Wraith. With his Dragoons, even more mines being laid. And I don't think Pusan is mining hardly at all. He had to run from his natural expansion, and I know he ran from his main area, so I don't think he's mining at all. So he's going to have to split back up his probes, get half of them to the natural expansion, get half to the main. And Canata, I think, is planning a push. He's going to wait until he has enough, not Dragoons, but tanks out. Sorry, I'm very, very rusty. But it looks like, whoa, a lot of Vultures coming up for Canata. I don't think he's going to be able to break through, but if he gets lucky and there's a hole in that Dragoon wall, he will probably be able to go in straight into the main. But yeah, like I said, he's going to have to get very, very lucky on that. He's going to have to depend on Pusan losing his cool. It looks like the line of tanks is coming out, so I think he was just going out with those Vultures to lay a few mines and get a little bit of scouting out there, making sure Pusan isn't moving out. But yeah, this is going to hurt Pusan a lot. I don't think he has enough to fight this off. This is an awful lot of tanks because Canata has just been committing for 2 bases. He's building one down at the 8 o'clock position, but he's just doing that as he's applying the pressure right now. So yeah, Pusan, he's going to have to do another epic contain break. He did a pretty good one earlier, not really up to the same level as he did against Firebat Hero, of course. That was in 2006, so a lot has changed since then. But Pusan, he's trying to come up with all of his Dragoons, but these Dragoons with the splash damage, this is really going to hurt. Oh, the Reaver going down, and the one Reaver was not able to take out a single tank. So yeah, the Dragoons going to their doom, I think. Only one Zealot out here to do mind dragging and fight the tanks off. So yeah, I'd say this is pretty much over for Pusan. He's going to take his first loss since the prelims. But yeah, Canata played pretty well there. Pretty good aggressive play. He knows he's not 100% great against Protoss, so he needs to come up with a strategy to get the contain there. And he did it from 2 bases, and he did it well. Well, this has been Nuke. I'm going to move on to the second set.